Have you been trying to build your focus or learn to focus only to just keep struggling when you go to actually do the work? Right? You are not alone if this is you. Right? Over the course of the past 2 years, I've been studying and learning all about focus because I was in this spot. Right? I couldn't focus for the life of me, and I was constantly just distracted until I figured out what was holding me back. So today I'm going to share with you the things that are holding you back from being able to focus and stopping you from becoming that focused individual that you should be. If you don't know me, I'm Andrew, and I help young, driven, and ambitious men become highly productive and elitely focused workers. So if you trust me and you want to fast track your progress, then schedule a call in the first link in the description or join my free Focus University community, second link in the description. Now, I was struggling for years to focus when I decided that enough was finally enough after I had been in college for a couple of months and I just wasn't seeing the life I wanted, wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. So from this point on, I was really just determined to fix my focus and find out what was holding me back and stopping me from becoming that elite focused version of myself. So I did just that. And here are the reasons that you are still struggling to focus and how to stop them. Firstly, you have to realize that the brain is a pretty complex machine, right? It's basically a computer, and you give it electricity and internet through your own fuel, which is food. Now, food has a way higher impact on your ability to focus than I ever would have imagined. But you can actually go and test this for yourself, right? Spend a day eating your typical junk food diet and try and get the work done, and you'll still be struggling to focus. And then spend a day or two just eating whole foods, right? Vegetables, fruits, organic meat. Hopefully, all of it's organic. And then see how easy it is to focus. I promise you, the next morning after you eat a clean diet, you are going to wake up and feel so clear headed that you're going to feel like you got the best sleep of your life and that you took some sort of drug to be this woke early in the morning and just clear minded, right? Because when you eat all that processed food, at least for me, the next morning when I wake up, it seems like I have severe brain fog and I'm super groggy and I just don't want to work. I don't want to get up. It really kills my flow. But after trying just eating a diet of just whole foods, every time I wake up in the morning, it is so clear, so peaceful, and somewhere that I can just hop right into work. When I made this change was when I saw probably the most drastic jump in increasing my ability to focus without changing anything else at this point. Like, this is the first thing that I really did. And if you struggle with brain fog, I can almost guarantee that most of the time it truly is your diet that is giving you this brain fog. And that cleaning up your diet will help clean up your mind. It did for me. And, if you're human, it really should work the same for you. Right? So cut out processed food, or at the bare minimum, cut out processed sugars and added sugars, because these are going to not only fuck up your brain, but they're going to fuck up your health. Like, your body is not meant to ingest processed sugar nearly as much as we do. It's not meant to ingest it at all. But we ingest it in such large amounts that it really fucks up your body, your brain, and your digestion. So cut out processed foods as much as possible, and I guarantee you'll see a change. The second thing that you're probably doing that's holding you back is doing some sort of substance. If you're doing some sort of drug, the next day your focus is going to be fucked. And obviously some drugs are way less harmful and have less of an impact on that next day than others. But either way, the impact isn't going to be good, right? Your next day, you're not going to be 100%. It doesn't matter what you're doing, right? Alcohol, though, is a number one drug, right? If we're talking about legal drugs here, alcohol is something that you need to avoid because it takes 2 days from you. It takes the day you drink and the day to recover because alcohol messes up your brain bad. Bro, that next day, you are not going to be thinking super clearly. You're not going to be energetic. You're not going to want to work. And it's going to be very hard to focus, especially if you went hard. So even for me, right, weed was a big one for me. And even though it's not nearly as harmful as alcohol in terms of the next day repercussions, I still woke up and I would feel groggy. And if you recall, right, that peak time to work, or just if you know, that peak time to work is in the morning, right after you wake up. And when I would smoke before, I would just wake up groggy and with extra brain fog that did not help me, that I did not need. So cut these out, right? They are only going to add to your brain fog. They're only going to add to your laziness, to be honest, and they're going to make you feel lethargic and slow the next day. Honestly, the biggest reason to cut out drugs is just because it's going to help you in so many areas beyond just improving your focus that it's 100% worth it. Like, your whole body is going to thank you. Your ability to just navigate life is going to improve. You're going to have more present experiences. Life is going to feel like it's not passing by so fast. So just try and really lay off the drugs as much as possible, only on very, very special occasions, in moderation. And me personally, I think alcohol is useless. Alcohol is my least favorite drug by far. It's not even close. Right? The feeling compared to the drawbacks is just not even, it's not worth it. Don't ever really commit to that. You can do it once in a while, but it's really never ever worth it. The third thing that you're doing that's probably making it a lot harder for you to focus and keeping you struggling is not consistently practicing. Now, when I was first trying to fix my focus and figuring all of this out, I was doing meditation because I was previously interested in it for a couple years, but I never really did it. And I knew that it would improve my focus, so that's the first thing that I started with. And it definitely helped my focus, and I saw some improvement. But at this time, I was still eating processed foods and doing drugs daily. So it really wasn't doing much for me, right? And I became inconsistent because of that. I saw some improvement, but overall, I just thought the meditation really wasn't working. But I was just stupid, right? I didn't realize that I was canceling out 90% of the work I did by doing drugs and having this horrendous diet. Right? I was eating ice cream and chips every other night, expecting to improve my focus after smoking a bowl. Like, it wasn't going to happen. So once I stopped these daily occurrences, though, once I stopped these habits being daily, I made huge progress in this area. Right? My focus started to shoot up, and meditation genuinely unlocked new heights of focus for me. So it is a great practice and something that you should be doing consistently, but only if you cut out these other bad habits first. Right? If you're not seeing immediate results, just keep going, keep up the consistency in your practice, and cut out these bad habits. If you want the most focus possible, cutting out those bad habits and introducing a daily meditation habit is literally the superior formula for creating a next level ability to focus. The fourth and final thing that is holding you back and causing you to struggle with your focus is working in a distraction-riddled environment. Your work environment is super important, probably one of the most important things and factors to your focus. If you're working with a bunch of distractions around, you are asking to be distracted and to lose your focus. And you're asking to struggle to get back into your focus, right? You're setting yourself up to lose. I remember in my freshman year of college, all the time, I would go to the library with my friends and we would study or do work, whatever you had to do, right? And I got work done, like I did. And I would always leave having completed my stuff, but I was probably there 2, 3 times as long as I needed to be because half the time, if not more, was spent talking, asking people questions, just having conversations, little side conversations here and there every 5, 10 minutes. And it just completely disrupts the flow of work. So, although it may be fun to do that every once in a while, if you're really trying to get work done and you're really trying to be focused, just know that that is not a good environment to be in, right? Even though they're your friends, they can be distractions when you're trying to do a lot of work, right? Don't just blow them off every time. Don't always try and just be like, nah, I can't have any distractions, bro. Like, have some social life, have some fun. Not every piece of work that you're going to do is super serious. But if you are always in an environment like this, or you have other distractions around you when you work, like your phone is still on, so that even though you have nobody else around, everybody could still reach you and distract you and talk to you anyway, you're setting yourself up to lose, right? So either turn your phone off, turn notifications off, put it out of the room, and have an environment that is geared towards work, right? Where work is the primary focus. There shouldn't be video games all around you ready to go right where you're working, right? There shouldn't be a bunch of snacks and chips right next to you where you should be working. This environment should be about work. It should be for work, and it should be conducive and organized to actually make you productive, right? It should be all the tools that you need, nothing more, nothing less, to make you a productive individual. Because your environment is the single most underappreciated but important factor when it comes to actually being able to focus. If you stop all 4 of these reasons that are holding you back and make the changes that I suggested and that I used in my own life, I can guarantee that you're going to see a major jump in your ability to focus and how easy it is to actually get focused in the first place. Because that's where I used to struggle, and a lot of people struggle, is just getting focused in the first place. And all of these make it way easier when you actually make the changes to get into that state. If you're serious about becoming productive and mastering your focus, then schedule a one-on-one call with me with that first link in the description and join my free community in the second link in the description. Right? They're only going to benefit you. And if you really trust me to help you, then click that first link. If not, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video was valuable. Like and subscribe if it was. And as always, stay blessed.